Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have a very fun episode this week. You're listening to Mouse Park Insider.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
Hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
The wheels may be needing a little work.
Dead men tell no tales.
Oh, look at those people.
Here for the big race, huh? It's gonna be fun.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're back. I said we'd be back. We're going strong.
I have to say, this is something nobody would ever know, but I have to point it out because I'm just so frustrated right now. I think that it took us about 20 minutes from Tony's intro to actually continuing on with the recording, because our puppy Archie is running around, being a puppy, God forbid. And Tony's just like about to lose his shit with every little nail claw on the wood floor that's going around. God. And he's like, I can't record under these conditions. Okay, diva.
My shoulders are like above my head right now. I'm so just like, well, I care about giving, the people a quality podcast. I don't want them to hear dog footsteps and Archie licking his balls for 10 minutes.
He was actually eating carpet from the cat tree.
Oh,
but
I'd rather him lick his balls.
No, instead you're going to hear Tony's ice from his cheap ass Moscow Mule glass that we discussed last week. Just sloshing around in there. But, hey guys, hope you had a good week. Ours has been exhausting. 10 out of 10 do not recommend having a toddler and trying to do anything else.
Yeah, no, things have been good, but we did transition Jackson from the crib to a toddler bed.
Because he's huge. He's very young to do it. You can do it, whenever you really want. Some people do a floor bed way young, but he's 19 months old, but he's huge. And he so easily is just putting his leg over the crib, and we're like, yeah, that's not a great thing.
Yeah, so we decided to try the toddler bed, and it's not working to our advantage.
Well, I mean, it's just another sleep transition that we have to, work through. He's getting better, and we're getting there. He sleeps on the bed really well. It's just getting to sleep on the bed, because now he's got free range. Anyways, y'all aren't here to listen about our kids. You're here to talk about Disney. So, our kids. We've got one kid. Well, I guess I was talking about Archie earlier. So, we're here about Disney.
Yeah, let's talk about Disney.
Let's talk about Disney.
We've already lost half the people that
we
downloaded
did.
the
I mean,
episode.
I'd say 90%. They're like, yep, nope.
Disney adults with a child.
What
no,
is
thank
this?
You.
Childless millennials forever. Not here. Oh my Lord. Okay, so we've got not a whole lot of news this week. I was actually shocked. You texted me earlier today and you're like, let's record tonight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. But I was expecting you wanted to record so badly because there was a ton of news. And then I'm catching up on the news. There was really not a lot, but we're going to bore you with the details of the few things that were worth mentioning, I guess.
It's been a boring couple weeks with the news, to be honest with you.
It's the end of July. That's why Halloween's just around the corner. They're going to have that kind of stuff going more, and then they're going to
Summer's kind of like a
all the
weird,
holidays.
just middle in the year where they don't promote too much. There's just summer vacations. There's really not too much going on in the summertime.
No, there's really not, because there doesn't need to be.
Exactly.
Anyways, all right. So for Walt Disney World, anybody visiting in the near future, or you're there or whatever, so they have extended evening hours. Right now, it's offered at one park per day. It's either Magic Kingdom or Epcot, right? Well, they are adding another park to the mix, so you can also have extended evening hours at Hollywood Studios.
Ooh, there you go.
See, I was going to say I don't care because Hollywood Studios is my least favorite park, but Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at night, to have that extra time to make sure that you're there experiencing it at night, it's a completely different ballgame. Go during the day and then go at night, because nighttime, so pretty.
It's going to be a good time. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
We won't be there for a little while, but
We'll be there soon. Sooner than it's going to happen quick. We already have our vacation planned.
We do, but we'll see if we extend the date out again.
No.
Tony might just go by himself. I don't know.
I will. No, I can't extend anymore.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we're coming back over to California for the Disney parks over there. What are we laughing about? What's going on here?
People are going to make fun of me.
Why?
Like, honestly, like, every day, like, when I'm, like, after I drop Jackson off at your parents' house and I'm just driving to work, like, I just envision, like, a nice, beautiful morning. I imagine Spaceship Earth with the monorail just going past it. And, like, that's just the vision I have in my head every morning. And
every morning after you drop off your son at my parents' house.
I just start to think of, like, different angles of Spaceship Earth and how I just can't wait to get there.
Oh, okay. But, like, with the family, not by yourself?
I don't care if you're there or not. I just want to go back so bad.
Oh, my gosh.
I just want to look at it.
All right. Well, good to know what Tony dreams about in the wee hours of the morning. All right. So over at DCA, we are all waiting for San Francisco Square to open. Well, we have a date that we can expect it to be open.
Ooh, when?
August 31st. So that is just around the corner. The park, or this area of the park, will be opening in phases. So some parts are actually already open, like certain restaurants and things like that. But everything will be open for your enjoyment by August 31st. So that'll be like the grand opening of everything is here. Come and enjoy it all.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen a lot of photos already, and it does look cool. I was never a big fan of this area.
No, it
and
was
I probably
lacking.
won't be anyway, even after this.
To be true, yeah.
After this new update to it,
it's honestly just a bunch of food over there, and it's not really. It was never great food.
And is Big Hero 6 really like big?
It's not big, but
like
don't knock it, because you and I have only seen it once, and we really liked it. We really liked it, and I cried like a baby. You probably cried like a baby. So I know that it was a really good film, and I probably need to watch it again. I think that Disney is just kind of giving a little bit of attention to those more underrated films, which I appreciate, because almost every single one of my favorite Disney animated movies is an underrated movie.
Yeah.
So I'm in it for the underdog.
And not to mention it fits because it is California Adventure.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm an
We're
idiot.
still keeping that San Francisco, vibe over there. It's just not the wharf anymore. So I'm all for it. We are also at Disneyland. Ooh. Something is returning that has happened before that you and I have never done, but I really want to do.
I don't even think I've heard of this before, but
I think like in 2019, that they did it.
Okay.
The Happiest Haunts guided tour with Halloween Screams viewing is returning to the Disneyland Resort September 1st through October 31st. Reservations are available beginning August 3rd, so that is just around the corner. Believe it or not, we are already in the very last week of July. Crazy. So what does this include? Well, let me tell ya. You get a 2-hour walking tour across Disneyland Park. You get a history of Halloween and Halloween tales specific to Disney experiences. You get expedited access to Pirates of the Caribbean. You get to enjoy a reserved viewing area for Halloween Screams, a nighttime spectacular. You get a photo op with the hitchhiking ghosts. For me, honestly, that sells it right there. I'm like, okay. You get a Disney's Happiest Haunts guided tour pin, and you get a Halloween-themed treat.
Oh, well, wow.
So
that sounds really nice.
I have no idea how much it costs. I tried looking into it. It just says when you can make reservations, which is August 3rd, yet again.
Yeah, wow.
But I guess you're going to be surprised by the amount that you're paying at checkout. I don't know.
Yes, Halloween season is coming up. I'm excited to finally hit up Disneyland again and DCA during this special time. We haven't been during this season in a while.
Last time we went, I was pregnant.
Yeah, I would think it was your last Disney trip before you went back. It was around that time.
Yep.
That'll be exciting.
Yep. I'm excited for it. All right. Treasure Cruise Ship was announced. It will be set for 2024. So Disney Cruise Line is adding another ship. It is the Treasure Cruise Ship. It's basically going to celebrate Walt's love of adventure. And Disney Cruise Line always has a character featured on the stern. This one has 2 characters featured on the stern.
Ooh.
Now, it is the Treasure cruise ship.
Okay.
So who would you think is going to be on it? Now, it's 2 characters. Treasure cruise ship.
Jack Sparrow.
See, yeah, that's what you would think, right? But I'm surprised. Like, are you just yanking our chain? Because I already read you what the news was.
No, I'm not. I already know who it is.
It's Peter Pan and Captain Hook, which is a perfect combo, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited to ever go on a Disney cruise. We've never been.
I am excited to one day experience that. I do think it'll come sooner than later. And the day we go on, maybe it'll be on the Treasure. Who knows?
Though we have previously on the podcast discussed kind of my eeriness of cruises, and just like we would go through like YouTube rabbit holes of these people going missing on cruise ships. There was a person I know was working on the Disney cruise ship that ended up losing a worker, a cast member, who has never been found. So it's just make sure I've got like an Apple Air tracker on me or something like that.
Yeah, there's definitely cruises are spooky, especially if you go on like a YouTube rabbit hole. But
Yeah. Just, maybe stay in your cabin during the nighttime. I don't know. All right.
No,
so
that's when all the fun's happening.
that's when the fun's happening. You've got a toddler. There ain't no fun happening at night. We're going to be in that cabin, sitting there quiet as can be while whatever age Jackson is, he's sleeping. All right. So Little Mermaid live action is now available to stream. That is exciting because I have not seen it yet. And I want to see it. I would have gone to the theater for it, but I have to be very picky with what we do as far as what we're doing without Jackson with us, because we don't have a whole lot of options for, babysitting or anything like that. But anyway, so we have not seen it. It's available to stream right now. If you want to pay $20 for it, we will be doing that hopefully tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I've heard good things, and yeah, you can buy it for $20 now if you love it, or if you just want to spend $20 to stream a movie at home.
Yeah, so my connection to Little Mermaid, it was my favorite. I think any girl born in the late 80s, early 90s, Little Mermaid was probably your favorite growing up. And no different for me. But my best friend who passed away was also like a crazy Ariel Little Mermaid fan, and she and I got like our Disney tattoos together and all that. So anyway, the big review for me was when her former, fiance had seen The Little Mermaid, and I asked him, I'm like, how was it? And he's like, Lacey would have loved it. I'm like, oh, that was the review I was waiting for. So I'm excited to see it. Going on to one more piece of news, and it is also movie related.
Yeah, there's a lot of news. You said there was no news.
But it's nothing really exciting. Like, I'm trying to make it exciting. Do you hear the phoniness in my voice where I'm like, yeah, like
I keep like ready to go into the topic, and then you're like, more news. I'm like, what?
I told you before all the news we were going
I
through.
was drinking my Moscow Mules.
With your ice sloshing around.
It's fine.
The second trailer for The Marvels dropped. So they were on the Marvel Studios was on Instagram. They had this Instagram live thing going. So Tony sends it to me. I'm already upstairs at this point, just ready for bed. He sends it to me, and there's like a 7-minute countdown. I'm like, oh, what is this? And it's just, it's counting down, and it's like, Captain Marvel's pager is going off, her beeper. And I'm like, oh, what is this going to be? What is this going to be? Mm-hmm. Completely blocking out the Marvels, I think, from my head. So I'm like, what is this going to be? I'm so excited about it, right? Because Marvel, hello, that I have... Las Vegas is really hard to make friends, guys. Like, I'm just telling you. I have made like one friend out here, and we're kind of like just past that like courting phase, if you will. We're not exclusive, but we're taking it to the next level, whatever. Anyway, so she really likes Marvel, which was one of the things that we kind of bonded over. So Tony sends me this Instagram live, and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect thing to send to her, to be like, hey, here's another thing we can like chat about after we find out what the big reveal is. Well, the big reveal was the Marvels trailer, the second trailer to drop, and I thought it was so horrific that I unsent the message. I was like, I don't even want to talk to her about this because it was that bad that I'm like, I don't want her to think that I like this. Unsend.
I think it looks like a really fun movie. I'm excited to see it. I don't have high hopes for like Marvel anymore, to be honest with you. Like I don't know, like the most recent films they've come out with just haven't been that great. Or like
they haven't.
The TV shows have been kind of like, I think the last TV show we watched, I think we gave up halfway through Moon Knight.
I was more interested in that than you were.
It was so damn boring.
See, I was more
So
interested in it.
bored.
This is like,
and I like the Moon Knight comics too.
I need to
actually read
start
those.
probably just watching some of these TV shows without you, with all my free time.
You watched the Falcon and whatever,
Which was better than I was expecting. It still was not great, but it was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I hate on Marvel a lot on this show, which is funny because I'm always excited to see the next movie, but
I think it's just you go from, the entire Marvel universe that ended with Endgame, right? Which was, it's so hard to find anything negative to say about that entire span of 20 plus movies. And then we get this, which is so second rate. And compared to other movies, it would still probably be like, yeah, that was great. But compared to those movies,
all the other Marvel movies, it was just a nice, easy, simple layout. We knew what it was going towards. And now it's just the multiverse. I hate the multiverse. I'm so confused. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't even know what's going on right now. Get me out of this multiverse. I don't even want to be here right now. So let's stop talking about Marvel and let's talk about the new Haunted Mansion movie getting released on Friday. I think we talked a little bit about it last week, but now we are here. It is opening week. I'm excited for it. I don't know. Are you excited? Are you more excited now that it's getting closer? No.
I mean, I know that I'm not going to see it for weeks.
I know.
Unfortunately.
I think we're going to eventually see it in the movies, though. I have a feeling. We're going to play hooky.
This one, I don't think that I will.
I shouldn't say that because my bosses listen, but I might play hooky.
By hooky, what he means is there are certain days that my parents watch Jackson, and we will take a day off of work and not let them know. So that we have a couple of hours during the day to do something, adult without our wonderful, wonderful child. That is the closest we get to do anything. So, yeah, we will play hooky, meaning a PTO day that my parents don't know about. So Jackson's still being watched by somebody else.
Yes. And nothing, says more adult hooky playing in Vegas than going to see the Haunted Mansion movie.
Obviously.
Right?
My gosh, what else would we do? Drink and gamble? Come on.
Come on now. I am excited for it, though, and I'm hoping it does well in the box office, because I was thinking this could end up being like a trilogy where they don't only go to the Haunted Mansion. They go to the Phantom Manor, the Mystic Manor. There's so many different houses and spooky places they can go in the Disney universe.
Did you think of this on your own, or was?
I did.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. I would love that.
You know what else I thought of on my own?
What?
The topic for the week. So I told Dani earlier this week, I want to think of 3 attractions that haven't been made into films yet that would make some badass movies.
Yes. Yes.
So I told her to think of 3. I thought of 3. I have a little story summary of each one, and I hope you kind of have an idea of each one too.
Very brief.
Good, because you're going first.
Oh, good. I'll just give you my 3. I was thinking Pinocchio, Dumbo, and Peter Pan.
I'm
joking.
I think that would be great. No, stop screwing around.
All right.
This is serious.
Number 3. Shoot, I didn't decide between these 2, but they're both kind of similar.
Just go for it.
I was trying to decide between Expedition Everest or Matterhorn. I think I'm going to go with Matterhorn because I think that this could be an action/adventure movie with a splash of comedy. But with Matterhorn, I think that it could also have like a little bit of like a thriller, like not quite horror because it's still Disney. But come on, it gets to be a little terrifying. And there's like a bobsled that is, ripped apart. And yeah, so anyways, that's what I'm imagining. Matterhorn movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Ooh, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson starring in another Disney film. Okay.
Yes, because I think I'm feeling like the same vibes as like Jungle Cruise, but better.
Okay.
Where it's, you know, like it was action adventure, but it was still funny.
They need someone to like take him up to the top of the hill, and they
Yeah.
hire him to.
Yeah, and
He's like the Han Solo.
and people are getting
right.
lost and killed, but you know we're still Disney friendly, so maybe we don't see the murders. I don't know.
Maybe like just like getting thrown off.
And
the
they're
mountain.
frozen in ice. I don't know, thrown off the mountain, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know the premise of the movie. I didn't go that far. I just kind of went with, you know, the theme of what I think it would be.
Okay.
So we're going Matterhorn.
Nice. I like it.
And with every ticket purchase, you get a free backache if you're over 30.
That was such a dad joke.
Thank you.
Oh my God. It's a mom joke.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. We should still Disney assembled and do mom joke of the
Oh
week.
my gosh.
Anyways, my number 3 is The Enchanted Tiki Room. Turn it into a movie right now. Sign the contract. It's going to make $1 billion.
That would be a good one.
Think of this. Think King Kong. Think about a greedy bird watcher who's heard stories of this forbidden temple that has singing, dancing birds. It's an old myth, an old legend, and he has seen every bird there is out there, but there's this one place set off far in the jungle.
Oh, and he has like a terminal illness, and this is the last wish he has.
He's a bad guy. No,
Oh,
we don't
never
feel sorry
mind.
for this guy. No, he's
Oh,
a greedy. He's a greedy jerk who just wants to see these birds.
He
Kinda
probably
li-
wants
and-
to capture them and sell them.
And like your story, he hires someone.
No.
Hires someone to take him into the jungle. And who's that person played by? Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, okay.
And they
Oh,
go
yes.
boom, and he does
Yes.
the soundtrack for the movie too. So we got
Obviously.
the original songs, and we got the
Lin-Manuel versions of songs.
Yeah, he makes up his own versions.
Because he's
so
fantastic.
They go. First hour is a huge jungle exploration, and then they finally get to the temple. It's dark, and then out of nowhere, the lights turn on, and then they all start singing the Tiki Room, and everyone's all happy. But then the greedy guy kidnaps them all.
Jose.
And takes them to.
He takes Jose.
Takes them to America. Takes them to Disneyland. Just kidding. Takes them to America, and you know, like King Kong, he wants to start a museum and make a profit off these birds. It's his long history story, and the birds try to escape. And Lin-Manuel Miranda and Emma Watson set them free.
I'm not feeling the Emma Watson.
Why not Emma?
I love her, but I don't feel her in a Disney movie.
She hasn't been in much lately. I'm giving her a
No, she
chance
hasn't,
to
you're
redeem
right.
herself.
Oh,
After
you know what?
Beauty and the
Duh,
Beast,
she was in Beauty and the
disappeared.
Beast. She was in a Disney movie, which I was probably blocking from my memory on purpose.
She needs
redemption.
Yes, she
Okay.
does. She deserves it.
Okay. I'm on board
And
again.
There you go. It's a big adventure. The villain, maybe Anthony Hopkins.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Jesus.
I know the name. I'm the worst with actors.
We'll go
and
with Jeff
actresses.
Bridges.
I don't know. Yes, I do.
Oh, there you go.
No, I don't.
The villain in the first Iron Man.
Yes, I do.
Big Lebowski.
Yes, the Big Lebowski. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Yep.
Danny doesn't know movies.
Yeah, it's awful.
oh God.
Okay,
I hope they
so
make that movie.
I wish I had gone into more thought about my movies.
Wait till
than
my
you.
number one. I have a whole.
That's okay. That's fine. I'll be the short one. This time I talked way too much during the news. This
You
is
did.
fine.
I had nothing to say during the news. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
Tony actually got kind of pissed off at me for talking so much, and I'm like, I was waiting for you to chime in.
You're like, there's no news. Then I'm like, I hear the news, and the news
And yet
is
you're still
boring.
talking, Danny. Okay, so my number 2. Good number 3. What are we doing with our lives? Good number 3. I'm on board. I'm a fan. I already want to see it.
We're recording a Disney podcast. That's what we're doing with our lives. That's
I
what
mean,
it's
is there
come down
anything
to.
else to do?
Look, top 100 ways to live to 100. I've read this list many times, and
Make a
every time
podcast?
this list is on, find your meaning to life. This is my meaning to life.
That is pathetic.
I'm joking.
I don't know that you are.
I love
okay, my number 2. This one was kind of an ode to Tony.
Okay.
Phantasmic.
Okay.
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 All right.
I'm
Mhm.
feeling this.
Now work with me. So
Okay.
initially I was like, that's
working.
great. That's going to be my number 1. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, this is a cluster, but I still want to see it. All right. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I want it to be like live action or animated. I feel like it has to be animated, but I wish that it could just be like people in the costumes. But I think
Right.
that would be so trashy. I'm feeling like a Kingdom Hearts-ish type vibe because, okay, I never played Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a gamer, but I do know enough about Kingdom Hearts to know that there's all these different Disney characters involved. So Fantasmic, the movie, would be all these different Disney characters involved that one way or another are intertwined with each other. And, you know, have to work together or interact with one another or whatever. So it brings in all of the people from, you know, the Fantasmic show itself. Okay. And that's literally all that I've got. I just know that I want to see a movie about it. And I think you've got an idea for me.
Hold on. We'll get back to my number one. We'll get back to this whole Fantasmic talk. My number one.
Oh, was your number one Fantasmic?
We'll get back to there, but let me talk about my number two first.
Oh, okay. All right. See, but we were on the same wavelength. Okay.
Keep the order going, baby.
All
it's
right.
okay.
Okay.
Calm down.
All right.
Breathe in, breathe out. My number two, Big Thunder Mountain.
I almost did. Almost.
There's been talks about this. I don't have a long detail thing. I really went into my number one more, but there should be a Western Big Thunder Mountain movie. Disney's done it all. We don't really have any big Western films from them yet. I think this could be a hit. Guy robs a bank, steals the sheriff's daughter, and they got to go, he needs to grab a team. They got to go across Big Thunder Mountain to go save the town's money.
Save the town.
Save the kid. I don't know. Maybe they're going to blow up the town. That's why there's all the dynamite and everything from the ride. And
somebody save the goat, please. He's got dynamite in his mouth.
Oh, the goat's going to be in the movie. Don't worry.
He's going to live.
He's going to be the comedic relief. He's going to be
Oh my gosh, he'll be the sidekick.
Yeah. He'll be the sidekick. And
he's already my favorite
He'll keep
character.
putting things in his mouth that he shouldn't, that are really dangerous, things like that.
Oh my God, I'm bringing it back to like the camp.
Oh yeah.
See, I almost went with this, but I really don't like Westerns, which is the only reason I was like, X-nay on that.
I never used to like Westerns, but I remember I was on like a Western kick. I don't know if it's when I had COVID and we weren't around, but I watched a couple Clint Eastwood Westerns, and they were really fun.
It must have been when you had COVID, because I did not get COVID, and I was upstairs for that entire week with Jackson by ourselves.
Damn, these dudes are badass.
And I never watched a single Western with you. So
they were so much fun.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Okay,
I guess we're going to my number one.
Number one, let's do it.
Okay, I'm excited about this one, and I have no ideas for it, so I'm going to need you to help me. I'm almost feeling like a similar vibe to your Tiki Room. This is the Tree of Life. So I feel like it needs to be like, you know, one of the wonders of the world, that it's like an urban legend or something like that, that people are on this adventure to find, and it's an adventure / fantasy. And I don't know the point of finding the Tree of Life. I was almost feeling like a Fountain of Youth type of thing. Like, it's not going to give you youth, but it gives you some kind of, you know, powers of something. I don't know. And it's the Tree of Life, which would just be a beautiful movie. I think that it would be aesthetically pleasing. And that's literally all I got. I just want to see something about the Tree of Life, because y'all know I love Animal Kingdom. What do you got for me?
That's your number one, and you got 15 seconds?
I told you. I didn't go into a whole lot of detail with this. I literally came up with the list while Jackson was eating dinner.
Tree of Life could be kind of cool if you like talked about all the animals in the tree, and there's a way to like...
Or maybe like the animals are like spirit guides that live in the tree. And I don't know. I really did. I need somebody to think on this for me, and then tell me about it so I can take the credit. Thank you.
All right, guys, for the three of you still listening.
The three of you, I know. I really failed on bringing my list to life. I'm sorry.
Three of you still listening, you guys are in for a freaking treat.
Tony's Fantasmic.
My number one is Disneyland, the movie. This movie is all about Disneyland, all right?
I feel like that's cheating.
Why is it cheating?
Because you said attractions.
It's all good. Don't worry about
Disneyland is not an attraction. It is the theme park.
Disneyland is the biggest attraction at Disneyland.
But there are rides within Disneyland that already have movies about them. So wouldn't that just like cut it?
No, because there's no movie about Disneyland. There's no movie about the attractions in Disneyland. There's movies about the movies in...
What?
Look. There's
I'm trying to follow that, but I'm dizzy.
There's attractions based off the movies. There's no movies based off the attraction.
That's false. Pirates
Well,
of the Caribbean,
But
Haunted
like,
Mansion.
But in the Pirates of the Caribbean Haunted Mansion movie, we're not talking about the ride. These are about the rides in Disneyland.
So it's a documentary.
It's not a documentary, baby. Let me tell you what this movie's about. Let me get into it. So like you kind of said before, it's kind of like a multiverse, kind of like your Phantasmic idea. It's like a multiverse in the Disneyland world. This movie starts off, Disneyland credit. You get the castle, the big Disney across the board. And then the main titles start. You start to see a family of photos, photos of a family that, in past years they've gone on all their Disney trips. You start to see it, this and that. And as, the main titles go on, you start to see the photos of the family getting older and older and older.
Disneyland is heaven.
Shut up. No.
Oh,
So
okay. I
then-
thought everyone was going to die and be at Disneyland.
So then they're getting ready to go on their next trip, this family. We'll call them the Johnsons.
Okay.
And they're about to go on this trip. And this kid that was so in love with Disney, guess what? He's now 16. It's summertime. He's got a girlfriend. He's about to get a car. And he's like, oh, man, come on, Mom. Come on, Dad. I don't want to go to Disneyland. They're like, oh, we're going to Disneyland again, guys. He has an annoying little sister, too. He thinks she's annoying. She's not really that annoying. So they go to Disneyland. They're there. And the whole time, he's just on his phone talking to this girl. And then she's all like, ooh, I'm going to this party with Josh. Sorry, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, he's just annoyed, hates being there. They're kind of a wealthy family, so they're on a VIP tour. And the tour guide kind of like, they stop on Main Street. He's like, Johnny, like, it's, Disneyland's magical for all ages. This, that. And then, boom, he starts to hear a noise. And it's Esmeralda, the fortune teller on Main Street. She drops a little fortune. He takes it, doesn't read it, but then he sees something. There's a little key in the slot where you can get your fortune.
Okay.
So he takes the key, too. Doesn't read the fortune
Is he a
yet.
little thief?
No, it's just like a key, like a little, like it looks like a little.
Right, but how does he know it was his fortune to take?
Doesn't know. He just takes the key and he
All
takes
right.
the fortune because it
right.
makes the noise and there's no fortune there yet. Then they both
And it
come
makes the
falling
movie.
out.
I get it. Continue.
Jesus, it's a fantasy movie. None of this is real.
Really?
So he goes back to his room. He has the key in his pocket. He's getting ready for bed. He takes the fortune out. When all is asleep, magic will blah, blah, blah appear, yada, yada, yada.
That's the fortune.
Boom. Guess what?
Magic appears.
Everyone falls asleep. Except for him and his sister. Don't know why him and his sister stay awake. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. And
Because
then
they're destined to save the day.
they're freaking out. Everyone's asleep. Blah, blah, blah. Who wakes up first? All the pirates in the Pirates of the Caribbean wake up. And they know someone has awoken. Someone has the key to the treasure that they're looking for. Boom. Johnny has the key. They go. They steal Johnny.
I'm sorry, wait. His name
What?
is Johnny Johnson?
Johnny.
Could you have
I
thought
don't
of a
know.
worse name?
I don't know the name.
This poor kid. Johnny Johnson.
No, Benny.
Benny Johnson.
Benny Johnson.
All right, anyway, continue.
So anyway, the pirates are like, hey, like, we need to get that key to get our treasure. We know where the kid is. And they're like, dun, 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 dun. They're marching on to get Benny, Johnny, the shitty 16-year-old kid. And instead of, they getting him, they accidentally take the wrong person and take the sister. So now the sister's kidnapped.
Johnny and his sister obviously
They don't
look
know.
very
They don't
alike.
know who has it. They just
Oh,
know someone.
okay.
They can like get a calling
I
where the key
got
is.
you. Yes, okay.
Jesus. So anyway, so they get kidnapped. Anyway, and then this whole multiverse thing happens where The Rock comes to life, and he's the skipper from the Jungle Cruise. Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. You got the ghost from the Haunted Mansion. Harrison Ford even as Indiana Jones awakens, but then he's like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Then he goes back. Then he turns into an animatronic as like comedic relief, So then they're just on a huge adventure. It's so much fun. All your Disney things are coming to life. All your Disney characters from movies past are all there. But this is the end. So they got to defeat the pirates. They can't do it. They can't defeat the pirates. So they open the doors of the Haunted Mansion and the ghost scare them away. And
Scare the pirates away?
yeah, the ghosts scare the pirates.
Boo.
The ghosts scare the pirates from the Haunted Mansion.
Uh-huh.
And they all turn back to animatronics when the sun rises, by the way.
Oh, yes. We need that important detail.
Of course. And so the daughter is getting, the sister.
I'm sorry, I'm dying over
This
here.
movie's great, right? Isn't this freaking cool?
Continue. I'm saving my...
You're gonna
I'm
really,
saving my commentary for later.
you're gonna really lose your shit now. So the ghosts are all chasing the pirates off, and the abominable snowman from Matterhorn kidnaps the sister and goes up the mountain.
This poor sister, she keeps getting kidnapped.
I know, it sucks. And
She's got bad luck.
this kid's like, shit, what do I do?
Mom and Dad are gonna kill me.
Who comes next? Peter Pan. Peter Pan shows up and says, we can get you up to that mountain, and comes a flying pirate ship, and he flies.
I just need some pixie dust.
Listen, no. And he flies up to the Matterhorn to stop the snowman, but he can't do it. The snowman grabs the pirate ship, starts moving it around, and then guess who's there? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jack Sparrow, Finn and Ray on the Millennium Falcon. Rise up. They say, let's blast this thing and go home. They kill the snowman, save the sister. Everyone's happy, and a song plays from someone who makes a song for the movie. And at the very end, there's an end title scene where the parents are like, "Ooh, time to go home. Did you guys
feel rested."
Hold on. Shut up. Did you guys have fun on this trip? And they're like, ugh. And then the dad's like, well, next year we're going to Disney World. Boom. Sequel. Part 1 and part 2 of a sequel.
I want to vomit at how bad all that sounds.
It sounds freaking cool. Are you really? Why?
Your number 3 was the best. Bring back the Tiki Room.
The Disneyland the movie wasn't good?
I don't want to see that.
There's a director's cut where Walt Disney comes to life and talks to everybody as well. The sequel's going to be really good.
Oh my god.
Because they got to go to 4 theme parks. So it's a really
And the villain will be Ron DeSantis.
No, I was thinking like, I don't know, someone else, like the Yeti.
The Yeti. Yeah, we got to keep with the snowy mountain themed.
The Yeti, or I don't know, someone on Spaceship Earth or something. I don't know.
Caesar.
Maybe.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, you look... Whew. You look very disappointed.
I thought it was a really cool, fun fantasy movie where unpredictable, nobody knows what's going to happen.
I will give you unpredictable. I will absolutely give you that it is unpredictable.
And like they go to all the lands. That's why Star Wars is included as well.
I mean, obviously, I understood that. Yeah.
Oh man, we shouldn't release this episode.
Oh, shit. Like,
sorry guys, I thought it was a cool idea. So we will be back next week. Please do not leave us a review. You can leave us a review next week when we release a better episode.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, yeah, Tony, like that sounds great. Like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Like, I'm not your hype man for that one. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Let's
go.
But the Tiki Room was really great.
Let's do the outro, guys.
All right,
Come
guys.
on.
So thank you so much. Oh, God. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to us. And please return next week because I swear we're better than this. If you have not already, please subscribe. Mouse Park Insider. Leave us a review. Only 5 stars, please. Don't judge us for this. Find us on Instagram, Mouse Park Insider. And thank you again for sticking through it. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye. Oh, guys, and P.S. The key that the pirates are looking for, they finally open up what they were looking for. It's inside Walt's apartment, and it's just some of
His head, his frozen head.
It's some of his like childhood toys.
That's
what they...
No,
and
hang
it's
on.
like memories.
Wait a minute.
It's childhood things that brought him to Disney, like old art and stuff, and just part of the magic, you know? That's
Tony,
what the key
we had
was.
to put our recording stuff back on to add this like end blooper type of like hidden credit thing.
That is what it is.
For
guys.
Walt's treasure of childhood memories.
That's what it was.
Oh my God, what did the pirates want with that? I have
They
so
didn't
many
know
questions.
what was in the chest. They thought it was treasure.
Well, so did our listeners.
Sorry, folks. I'm sure to do better next time. It was my first flight, and I'm still getting used to my programming.